everyone. So this is the last part of 4.3. Let's see, I'm on page 375. And we're going to switch gears a little bit here. So now we're going to talk about how to find the equation of a line just given 2 points. And once again, I have outlined instructions for you. Okay, so I want to find the equation of a line that goes through these 2 points, and we're going to put our final answer in standard form. Okay, so few things I want to go through. So highlighting those points and the fact that we need standard form. So before you can do anything else, you have to know what slope we want. So first we want to rewrite the slope formula, and then we want to use it to find the slope between the 2 points. So you might have to kind of dust off some cobwebs here, but we did a whole bunch of stuff with the slope formula, so I'm writing it down right now. So this is for 2 points, right? So x1, y1, and x2, y2. So there's my slope formula. So what I want you to do actually is I want you to plug these 2 points into this and find the slope on your own. Hit play when you're ready. So if I plug in the points, I have 5 minus 3 over 1 minus 2. So this is 2 over negative 1, so this will equal negative 2. So there's my slope. Now that we know the slope, we can use either technique to find the equation of the line. So here's the question. Does it matter which point we use when we utilize the point slope form? No, it does not matter. This is like one of the most common questions I get. People are like, well, I've got the slope and then I've got 2 points. Which one do I use? Up to you. Now, just to be consistent, we're going to use the point 2, 3, but normally you can choose whichever point you prefer. So I've now got my slope and my point. So I'm going to plug this into my desired equation for a line. So let's see, I'll just use y equals mx plus b. So let's see, this will be 3 equals negative 2 times 2 plus b. So this is 3 equals negative 4 plus b. And then I can add 4 to each side, so I get b equals 7. Okay, so now I can rewrite this in y equals negative 2x plus 7 form. So this is the slope-intercept form. Although the final answer here actually asks for standard form. So here's the slope-intercept form. I just realized I have 2 misleading directions. This one says slope-intercept form. Above it says standard form. So we'll do both. You know, we're overachievers. So this is 2x plus y equals 7. So there would be our answer. Okay. So now I'm going to walk you through the next example just to make sure you've got it. And then we'll do a couple more and then we'll be good. So now I want to find the equation of a line between these points, and we want our final answer in slope-intercept form. So first things first, why don't you find the slope of these 2 points? Hit play when you're ready. Okay, so if I'm using the slope equation, so I'm going to have negative 1 minus 3 over 2 minus 1. So this will be negative 4 over 1, so this just equals negative 4. Now it totally doesn't matter which point you want to use, but if you want to stay consistent with me, let's use 1, 3. So I'm going to use 1, 3, and I've got negative 4, so you should be able to finish the equation of the line here, and hit play when you're ready. Okay, so I'm going to use my point slope form, so I'm just going to plug everything in. So like I said, this is the point that I'm going to use here, so if you chose that one, then you should get the same answer. And you should still get the same answer even if you chose the other point, so you could always test that for yourself if you'd like. So I distribute the negative 4, and so now I've got y minus 3, sorry, let me do this. So I've got y minus 3 equals negative 4x plus 4. So I'm just going to go ahead and add 3 to each side. So I get y equals negative 4x plus 7. And now is that the final answer? That is indeed. I needed the slope-intercept form of the line, so we're good to go. Okay, so now I just want to do just a few more examples with you just to make sure you're solid on this. So pause the video, try the next one, hit play when you're ready. Okay, so first I'm going to find the slope. So this will be 4 minus 1 over 3 minus 2. So this is 3 over 1, so this is 3. And then, let's see, I'll use my y equals mx plus b form. So it doesn't matter which point I want to use, so I will use, I think just for consistency, I will just always choose the first point. So if you're trying to use the same point that I am, I'm just going to use the first point, but it doesn't matter which one you want to use. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to plug all this in. So I get 1 equals 3 times 2 plus b. So this means that 1 equals 6 plus b. Subtract off the 6, so I get b equals -5. So I get y equals 3x minus 5. That's supposed to be in slope-intercept form, so we're good to go. Okie dokie, so now let's do b. You can pause the video, hit play when you're ready. Okay, so I've got m equals 6 minus 3 over -1 minus -2. So I'm just going to take those double negatives and I'm just going to rewrite that as a +2. So now I get 3 over 1, so this just equals 3. Now, like I said, I'm just going to choose the first point just so that I'm predictable. So let's see. Now I'm going to plug this into the point slope form. So it's going to look like this. Now I will distribute. So I get y minus 3 equals 3x plus 6. Now I can go ahead and add the 3. So I get y equals 3x plus 9. And I just had the craziest glitch. I don't know where everything just went. Okay, let me just rewrite all this work. Okay, so like I was saying, this should be y equals 3x plus 9. And then to finish this, so I need this in standard form. So this will be -3x plus y equals +9. Okay, so we've got just one more of these. So once again, pause the video, hit play when you're ready. So this time I've got m equals 6 minus 6 over -6 minus -2, so I'll write -6 plus 2. Okay, so now I get 0 over -4. This is actually equal to 0, so this should tell us something. So I want you to look at these two coordinates. So you know this is either a vertical or a horizontal line, and now when these come up, you actually want to use kind of a different approach for figuring out the line. And by that, I mean there's actually a really simple approach for figuring this out. So look at these 2 points. What do you notice that they have in common? They both have this 6 in common, right? So is that the x-coordinate or the y-coordinate? That is the y-coordinate. So actually all you have to do once you get one of these slopes, this also works if this is undefined. You just look at the 2 points, look at which coordinate was unchanged, and then it's going to be that coordinate equals that number. That's it. Yeah, so nice and simple with that part at least. So that's something you got to watch out for. A lot of times people go crazy trying to figure out how to make the horizontal or vertical line work, but it's actually just the answer is right in the coordinate, thankfully. Okay, so I have now just one last thing I want you to do, because on the test, you know you're going to have to know all of these formulas. So I have a little formula quiz here. So I want you to pause the video and just see if you can write all of these formulas down from memory, and then hit play when you're ready to see them. Okay, so the slope formula, so I have 2 points, so I need x1, y1, and x2, y2. So then my slope formula will be y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. My slope-intercept form, we just asked what that was at the beginning of this, y equals mx plus b. M is the slope, b is the y-intercept. Standard form is ax plus by equals c, where a, b, and c have to be integers, so they cannot be fractions. Point slope form is what we just learned about today, so that's y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Now, what makes 2 lines parallel? You have the same slope. So an example would be like y equals 2x plus 1 and y equals 2x plus 7, right? They have the same slope. And then what makes 2 lines perpendicular? You have opposite reciprocal slopes. So an example would be y equals 2/3 x plus 1 and y equals -3/2 x plus 13. So whatever example you wrote for yourself is fine. Okay, so that covers 4.3. I know that was a bit of a longer section, but hey, you made it to the end, and I'll see you guys next time.